Summary of the memoir. The Phenomenology of Spirit does not constitute an introduction or a first part for the entire Hegelian system. It considers by what means and in what way the notion of a system as the totality of knowledge can be conceived in general. Therefore, negatively, it is the critical examination of all failed attempts to totalize knowledge. Positively, it is the analysis of the moments which constitute the possibility of absolute knowledge. Considered in its totality, knowledge is a transcendental milieu in which the constituent subject is the self, and the constitutive structure, the concept. The transcendental unity is an I know. Absolute knowledge is expressed in the dialectic, which therefore belongs neither to thought nor to things, but which manifests the way in which the constituent activity becomes aware of itself. This method of transcendental investigation involves the constant union of two processes. First, a regressive process that goes from the most complex to the simplest, from the opposition of subject and object to the unity of the transcendental subject in absolute knowledge. And second, a progressive process, which goes from the simplest to the most compound, from the bare consciousness of the object and sensation to the consciousness of the world as nothing other than oneself. The constant correlation of these two approaches creates the complex unity of the phenomenological method. It is during this investigation that history appears as that which belongs as an element to the transcendental world, but which, by the fact that it is only one element, must be surpassed by a more fundamental element. It is not a question of stopping history as such, but of overcoming it as a constituent factor of experience. Through history, these same constituent elements intervene twice in the phenomenology of spirit, which thus comprises two parts corresponding term by term, with however two differences. First, the last themes of the first part become the first of the second, and vice versa. Second, what was at first only the form of experience then becomes content. The conception of history is linked in Hegel to a conception of time rarely made explicit, which makes time the intuition, the immediate presence of the concept. Hegel identifies the transcendental subject and the consciousness that knows this subject. As it is already present in all experiences, the transcendental subject is the philosophical we, for whom each moment has the significance of the totality. Because he is the transcendental self, the philosopher is not outside of history. He is at another level than it. He grasps it insofar as it constitutes experience.